You're the best salesperson in your company. But that's exactly why your growth has stopped. Most SaaS founders hit a hard ceiling at $10,000 a month. Not because the product is bad, but because of the founder trap. You are the engine, the fuel, and the driver. But you can't scale a business if you are the only one who knows how to close a deal. I've analyzed hundreds of early-stage SaaS companies. The ones that break through to 6 and 7 figures don't just work harder. They stop being the bottleneck. Today, I'm showing you the escape route. We are moving you from founder-led sales to a scalable, systems-driven growth engine. I'll break down the exact business automation software and project management tools, like HubSpot, ClickUp, and Go High Level, that turn your intuition into a repeatable process. By the end of this video, you'll have the blueprint to stop doing everything yourself and start actually scaling. You hit 10,000 a month. It felt like a dream. But then you stopped. You're working 14 hours a day. You're the one closing every deal. You're the one answering every support ticket. You're the one fixing the bugs at 2 a.m. You are the engine. But here's the problem: the engine is overheating. You can't hire a salesperson because nobody sells it like you do. You can't delegate operations because it's faster if I just do it myself. This is the founder trap. You haven't built a scalable company. You've built a high-paying job where you are the only employee who can't quit. Think about it. If you take a 2-week vacation tomorrow, what happens to your revenue? It drops. Or worse, your customers start churning because you're the only one who knows how to solve their problems. You're stuck in a loop of founder-led sales. It works for the first few $1,000s, but it's a dead end for the first million. The very skills that got you to 10K are now the exact things holding you back from $100K. Every new customer isn't a win anymore. It's another obligation. Another person relying on you personally. You're not scaling a business. You're just scaling your own burnout. So how do you break the ceiling? It starts with a mindset shift. You have to stop being the rainmaker and start being the architect. The goal isn't to find a rockstar salesperson to save you. The goal is to build a growth engine so predictable that a mediocre salesperson could still hit their targets. Phase 1, kill the magic. You think you have a magic touch with your clients. You don't. You have a pattern. Every objection you handle, every value prop you drop, it's all a repeatable sequence. Your first job is to get that sequence out of your head and into a system. This is where a tool like ClickUp becomes non-negotiable. Don't just use it for task lists. Use it to build your company's brain. Map out every step of the customer journey, from the first touchpoint to the signed contract. If a new hire can't follow your documentation to close a lead, the documentation is broken, not the hire. Phase 2, automate the top of the funnel. You cannot scale if you're spending 4 hours a day manually sending LinkedIn DMs. That's not scaling, that's a high-paying job. You need a CRM that handles the grunt work. For those scaling fast, HubSpot is the gold standard for pipeline management. But if you need an all-in-one growth machine, handling your landing pages, SMS, and email nurture in one place, Go High Level is the play. Automate the lead capture. Automate the follow-up. Your only job should be the high-leverage closing calls. Phase 3, the systemic handoff. Most founders hire a salesperson and just say, go get some leads. That is a gamble. And usually, the founder loses. Instead, you hire a system operator. You hand them the ClickUp playbook. You give them the go high-level pipeline. Now you aren't managing a person's personality. You're managing a process. When the system owns the result, you stop worrying about who is doing the work. You start focusing on how to optimize the machine. That is how you move from 10K a month to 50K and beyond. You stop being the engine and you start being the engineer. Now you can't build a growth engine on a messy spreadsheet. To break the 10K ceiling, you need a stack that does the heavy lifting for you. For most of my clients, that starts with Go High Level. It replaces 5 different tools and automates the lead capture you're currently doing manually. If you're scaling a dedicated sales team, HubSpot is the gold standard for pipeline visibility. And to stop the operational chaos, click up. This is where your founder brain becomes a documented system anyone can follow. The result: you stop being the bottleneck. You move from spending 40 hours a week on sales calls to spending 4 hours a week managing a system. That is how you transition from a freelancer with a product to a real CEO. I've put the links to all 3 in the description below. Grab them and start building your engine today.